3 days. That's how long she's left you on read. You're sitting there, phone in hand, staring at that last message you sent. Every fiber of your being wants to text again. Double text. Ask what's wrong. Maybe even call. And then there's that darker voice in your head saying, just block her. Show her you don't care. But before you do either of those things, stop. Because both of those moves come from the same place, neediness. And neediness kills attraction faster than anything else. If she suddenly pulls away, don't panic. Don't block her. Don't beg her. Because the moment you do this one thing, this one powerful psychological shift, she'll start chasing you again. And this time, she won't even realize why. Yeah, I'm serious. There's a psychological reason this works. And I'm going to explain exactly how in the next few minutes. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel where we talk about attraction, confidence, and mastering your mindset in relationships. Today, we're diving into one of the most powerful psychological shifts a man can make when a woman starts pulling away or losing interest. See, most guys make one of two mistakes when this happens. They block her, thinking that'll make her miss him, or they beg for her attention, hoping she'll come back. But both of those moves come from neediness, not power. Well, I'm about to show you flips that script completely. It's about reclaiming your energy in a way that makes her feel your absence instead of hearing your complaints. So if you've ever been ghosted, ignored, or left unread, stay with me till the end, because I'm going to walk you through 7 powerful mindset shifts that make her chase you. Let's dive in. Sorry for the interruption. If this resonated with you, please subscribe and comment your one subscribe. Give me motivation. Let's start. 1. The emotional reset. Detach without disappearing. Most men think they need to vanish completely for a woman to notice their worth. But here's the truth. You don't have to disappear to be missed. Let me tell you a quick story. One of my coaching clients, Jason, was dating this girl who suddenly went cold. She stopped replying fast, stopped making plans. You know the drill. Jason panicked. He wanted to block her to protect his ego. But instead, I told him, do nothing. Just pull back your emotional investment. And guess what happened? Within a week, she texted him, hey, how have you been? Why? Because emotional detachment is magnetic. When you stop chasing, a woman's mind naturally starts wondering, wait, why isn't he reacting? It's human psychology. Scarcity creates value. Think about it. When something is always available, always there, always accessible, we take it for granted. But when it becomes scarce, suddenly we want it. This is called the scarcity principle in psychology. By pulling back your emotional investment, you're no longer the guy who's always available, always texting first, always chasing. You become the guy whose attention is valuable because it's no longer guaranteed. Here's what you do. Don't text her first for a bit. Let the silence speak. If she reaches out, respond warmly but briefly. No long paragraphs. No over-explaining. Just casual, grounded energy. Focus all your attention on yourself, your goals, your friends, your body, your purpose. When your life looks full and happy without her, she subconsciously starts asking herself, where do I fit in that picture? And that's when she starts to chase. Because you're no longer chasing her. You're building a life worth being part of. 2. The energy shift. Silence speaks louder than words. Here's a secret most men don't understand. Silence is 10 times louder than pleading. Every time you double text, over-explain, or try to convince her why she should stay, you drain your masculine energy. But when you stay calm, composed, and quiet, she feels it. Think about it. Have you ever noticed how the most attractive guys aren't always the ones who talk the most? They're the ones who can sit in silence without feeling awkward. That calm, grounded energy tells her, I don't need your attention to feel good about myself. And trust me, women can feel that difference instantly. So the next time she pulls away, instead of sending along, what happened? Message, do this. Say nothing. Focus on something productive. Let the silence do the work. Because silence builds curiosity, and curiosity makes her chase. Here's why this works psychologically. When you're silent, you create what's called a cognitive gap. Her brain wants closure. Her brain wants to understand why you're not reacting. Her brain wants to fill in the blanks. And the only way she can do that? By reaching out. So silence isn't passive, it's strategic. It forces her to come to you, rather than you chasing her. 3. The mirror effect. Reflect her energy, don't exceed it. Here's where most guys lose the game. They give more energy than they receive. If she texts once, they send 5 messages back. If she gives 10%, they give 100%. That imbalance kills attraction. Why? Because it signals low value. It signals, I'm so grateful you're giving me attention that I'll overcompensate to keep it. And that's not attractive, that's desperate. Here's what to do instead. Mirror her. If she gives you short replies, you give short replies. If she takes hours to respond, you take hours too. Not to play games, but to reflect where she's at emotionally. When you do this, something interesting happens. She starts realizing you're no longer chasing. And that's when the attraction reactivates. Women are emotional mirrors. When she feels your pullback, it triggers her desire to restore the connection. This works because it shifts the dynamic. She stops being the prize, and suddenly, you become the one she needs to win back. Let me give you an example. I had a client, Marcus, whose girlfriend would text him once every 2 days. He'd reply within minutes with long, thoughtful messages. I told him, match her energy. If she texts once every 2 days, you text once every 2 days. Within a week, she started texting him more frequently. Why? Because she felt the shift. She realized he wasn't waiting around anymore. And that made her want to invest more. 4. The RE engagement window. Timing is everything. Now you've pulled back. You've gone silent. You've stopped giving her free attention. She's starting to feel your absence. And guess what? That's exactly when the magic begins. But here's where 90% of men mess up. They break silence too soon. You got to give her space to actually feel your absence. Think of it like this. Attraction is like a rubber band. The more you stretch it by pulling away, the stronger it snaps back when you reappear. But if you run back too early, the tension dies. So how do you know when it's time? Simple. Watch for subtle signs. She starts viewing your stories again, likes your posts after ignoring you for days, randomly texts you something simple like, hey, or what's up? That's her testing the waters. Her way of saying, are you still emotionally available? And that's your moment to re-engage. Not with emotion, but with presence. You don't say, where have you been? I missed you. Instead, you keep it cool. Hey, good to hear from you. How have you been? Short, casual, confident. It's not what you say that matters. It's the energy behind it. You're showing that you've moved on mentally, but you're open to connection if she earns it. That's what flips the dynamic. 5. The subtle flex, show, don't tell. Now listen carefully. Women notice everything. Your tone, your vibe, your lifestyle. If you've been using your silence wisely, improving your fitness, hanging with friends, diving into goals, now's the time to let her see that. Post naturally, not to show off, but to radiate growth. You don't need a picture saying, look at me, I'm doing great. You let your actions say it for you. For example, a story at the gym, a clip laughing with friends, a subtle photo of you at a cafe, reading or working. What happens next is psychological. She starts thinking, wait, he looks happy without me. Did he move on? That emotional contrast makes her chase your attention again. Why? Because attraction isn't built by words. It's built by the emotional impact you leave behind. I call this the social proof effect. When she sees you thriving, she subconsciously thinks, if he's doing this well without me, maybe I made a mistake. And that's when she starts reaching out more. 6. The mystery effect. Give her something to wonder about. Here's a hard truth. Familiarity kills attraction. If she feels she knows everything about you, there's no thrill left. So you need to bring mystery back into the dynamic. When she asks what you've been up to, don't give her a full report. If she says, "You've been quiet lately," reply with something like, "Yeah, been focusing on some new things. It's been good." Short, calm, intriguing. You're giving her just enough to wonder. New things? What's he been doing? Who's he been seeing? Mystery pulls her back emotionally. It makes her chase clarity. Because when she can't quite figure you out, she feels drawn in. And that's exactly where you want her. Chasing answers, chasing energy, chasing you. This taps into what psychologists call the Zeigarnik effect, the tendency for people to remember and obsess over unfinished or incomplete information. By being vague, you create an open loop in her mind, and her brain needs to close it. 7. The reversal. Let her invest again. Here's where the game flips completely. Once she's reaching out, liking your stuff, or even flirting again, don't rush. Let her do the work. You see, in every relationship dynamic, whoever invests more cares more. So let her start asking the questions. Let her initiate the next hangout. If she says, "We should catch up sometime," you reply, "Yeah, maybe. Let's see when I'm free." That's not arrogance. That's self-worth. You're no longer trying to win her over. You're showing that you are the prize. Because when a woman realizes she could lose you, that's when her attraction skyrockets. Let me tell you about David, another client. His ex started texting him again after 2 months of silence. She suggested they meet up. Old David would have jumped at the chance. But I coached him, let her plan it. Let her work for it. So he said, "Sure. When were you thinking?" She suggested time. He said he was busy. She suggested another. He agreed on his terms. And when they met, she was all over him. Why? Because he wasn't desperate. He was selective. And selective men are attractive men. So let's recap everything we just covered. You didn't block her. You didn't beg. You simply stepped back, centered yourself, and let your energy do the talking. Here's what you did. Emotionally detached without disappearing. You pulled back your investment and let her feel your absence. Let silence speak. You stopped over-explaining and let curiosity do the work. Mirrored her energy. You stopped giving more than you received, creating balance. Re-engaged at the right time. You waited for her signals and responded with calm confidence. Subtly flexed your growth. You showed, not told, that your life is thriving. Created mystery. You gave her just enough to wonder about you. Let her invest. You made her work for your attention, flipping the dynamic. And that's what high-value men do. They don't chase women. They attract them by living with purpose, peace, and power. When you master that, you'll never have to get her back because the right woman will always feel pulled toward that kind of energy. Now here's the ultimate truth. You're not trying to get her back. You're becoming the kind of man she can't afford to lose. And that's when you win, whether she comes back or not. If you found this helpful, drop a fire emoji in the comments to let me know you're done chasing and focused on becoming the man she chases. And tell me, what's the biggest mistake you've made when she started pulling away? I read every comment, and I might feature your story in my next video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the bell, because next week's video is going to be powerful. I'm breaking down the text formula that makes her miss you instantly. Trust me, you want to catch that. Thanks for watching, and remember, stop chasing, start attracting. See you in the next one.